Welcome back to Entertainment Talk. Today I'm here to do a top 5 list. This is going to be for what I think, in my opinion, are the top 5 best Netflix shows. Now, what I've done here, I have actually put 6, but I am listing the 6th one here as an honourable mention. So let me explain why. Number 6 that I've got for the honourable mention is I'm Not Okay With This. It's only got one season. It is a cancelled show, but I was so blown away by what they did with I'm Not Okay With This, the first and only season, that I didn't want to leave it off this list in any way, shape or form. So you can count that as number 6, or you can count that as an honourable mention, but that is going to be number 6. A brilliant show. I'm still gutted it got cancelled. And maybe somebody else can pick it up one day. I doubt it. It's been a bit of time. We'll see. But about this, young girl learning to use these powers. Her friends are kind of involved. Can she tell them? Should she? Or whatever. And then a couple of mysterious things happen. There's the whole backstory with her family and loads and loads of other things that are going on. But the main really good part of the show is her learning how to use her powers. And it's kind of original. I thought it was really good. And yeah, definitely one worth mentioning. I thought the pacing was incredible. I thought that the structure of the show was really good. Just everything about the show was really good. So number 6, or the honourable mention, however you want to look at it, is I'm Not Okay With This, the Netflix show. Number 5, I'm going to put as The Witcher. Yes, I know The Witcher's only got one season as well, but it has been renewed for season 2. I think season 2 is in production as I speak. It does have a spin-off ordered as well. I think it's like a prequel kind of spin-off. And there's also like a little documentary sort of series on it, like a behind the scenes mini series thing on it on Netflix. I thought it was absolutely incredible. I really enjoyed the day that I spent covering the show. If those of you that have missed it, I did do like double episode reviews, and spent the day when it came out doing that. That was really good to do. It was just incredible the way they were able to literally bring this series to life with live action actors instead of what they did with the games. Bring Henry Cavill in, incredible actor, for Geralt. And look, I remember when he got cast as Geralt, and I had my doubts, not about Henry's ability to act. I already thought he was a good actor, but I didn't see him as Geralt. But boy, was I wrong. And I'll hold my hands up and say that I was wrong about that. But he was incredible as Geralt. It was great to see the world come to life. Even to see Roach, the horse, his companion, was great. I thought that Jaskar was, like his beard was really good in the series as well. Ciri and Triss and Yennefer all played really well, especially Yennefer and Ciri. Triss had a bit of a smaller role in the show. But I thought all of them were incredible and in the show, and thoroughly enjoyed that. Number 4, BoJack Horseman, a series that's now completely finished, got a series finale. I really liked the way that the series ended this year. Had like a double half series for its final season. I thought the show's ability to dive into really serious topics, put not a comedy spin on it, but a sort of light-hearted, hopeful spin on some of those issues. There's a lot of rough things that the characters go through, but there's a hopeful kind of edge to it as well, to where these characters can sort of see the light at the end of the tunnel. But I thought that BoJack was a brilliant character. And look, you might have watched the trailer for the first season and thought like, oh, why would I watch a show about a bunch of talking animals, essentially, because all the characters are like different animals. Of course, you got BoJack, he's a horseman. That's fairly self-explanatory. You've got cats in there, you've got birds, you've got dogs, all sorts of other animals, but they're all kind of brought to life in animated form. And I think it's a really groundbreaking series. I really do, and thoroughly enjoyed that. No need for that to get renewed because it's already finished, so I thought that was fantastic. Number 3 on this list, I'm going to put as The Kingdom, the Korean zombie Netflix show. I think this show's absolutely phenomenal. I really do. I think that the way they deal with the virus in the show is really fantastic. They did leave it on a bit of a cliffhanger for season 2. We don't know yet if there's going to be a season 3, but I hope so. I really do hope so. But yeah, the sword fighting stuff in the show is really good with the zombies. The different zombie set pieces were phenomenal, especially in the second season. In season 2 the whole show raises its game. I thought there was a bigger sense of stakes. They kind of go from one set piece to the other. There's a couple of scenes in season 2 where they're sort of running from set piece to set piece from zombies, because sometimes in the show there isn't always somewhere the characters can kind of go, and there's this constant threat of like these running zombies. And I think it's just absolutely phenomenal. I really, really do. An honourable mention that I do want to throw in here, now that we're speaking on the topic of zombies, Black Summer is a really, really phenomenal show as well. Has only got one season. Season 2 is in development. I think that they're either filming or something like that at the moment. I know that the lead actress, she posted that they are in production for season 2. Really, really looking forward to that. So I wanted to, alongside The Kingdom, I wanted to sort of throw that in as well. Number 2, I'm going to put the very, very popular and very excellent Stranger Things. I think it's one of Netflix's best shows, Netflix's second best show. I didn't quite actually fall in love with the show in the first 2 seasons. The third season was really where I thought things kicked up a notch. I think that in the first 2 seasons there's a lot to love in there. There's a lot of really, really good storytelling, some great character development, exploring the powers that Elle's got and what she's about, and played by Millie Bobby Brown, really, really good acting there and everything. I thought that was fantastic. You got kind of this 80s throwback thing with like Ghostbusters and all sorts of other pop culture references and that kind of thing. I think is it Demogorgons, I think that they're called. The monsters in the show are really, really cool, really well put together and everything. But I just think that third season notches the show leagues above seasons 1 and 2, and makes it just an incredible show. I can't wait to see what they do for season 4, and we'll probably only get a few more seasons. I know that season 4 is supposed to not be the last one. I think maybe either the next one or maybe the one after will probably be one of the last seasons. We don't know that yet, but there's been some talk for a while about it's probably only got a few more seasons left. And number 1 is Unbelievable, last year's last year's mini-series. For 2019, I'm talking about, by the way. Last year's mini-series focusing on sexual assault and that sort of stuff, and focusing on the real life case. Phenomenal acting across the board from Caitlin Dever, Merritt Weaver, and Toni Collette. 3 that really, really stand out. The one that stood out to me, that some of you know, Merritt Weaver. I think that's one of the best performances I've seen in anything, really. Caitlin Dever in the show is really, really, really good as well, and so is Toni Collette. She's phenomenal in the show as well. But it's the most effective show I've ever seen. The show that it's the most eye-opening show I've ever seen. And I just think that it's leagues and leagues above anything else Netflix has ever done. I think the seriousness that you've got to put into a show like that, and to do it justice, and when you're making a show like that, everybody's got to be doing their best, everybody's got to be on board, and I just thought it was absolutely fantastic. Have I reviewed all these series? I've reviewed all of them apart from BoJack Horseman. I've reviewed the newest season of Stranger Things. I did review Unbelievable. I reviewed The Kingdom season 2. I don't think I reviewed the first season, but I did review the second season of The Kingdom. BoJack Horseman, I didn't review any of the seasons. Witcher, like I said, I did the whole podcast thing for it. And then I'm Not Okay With This, I reviewed the first season as well. So if you want my more in-depth, possibly more spoiler thoughts on some of those shows, all of them apart from BoJack is the only one I haven't properly reviewed. If you want my thoughts on all of them individually, I'll put links in the show notes to my reviews for the most recent seasons and to my Witcher podcasts and all that sort of stuff. But what do you think of Netflix's best shows? Those are the ones that I could come up with. I was pretty certain about the top 2, Stranger Things and Unbelievable. I think that they are clear standouts to me. But I love a lot of Netflix shows. I think they're doing an incredible job with a lot of things that they're doing. So yeah, what are your favorite? What do you not your favorite? Sorry, what do you think are the best Netflix shows? I didn't say favorite. I said best. What do you think are the best Netflix shows, because there is a difference between favourite and best. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you agree with my list. If you don't, that is totally fine. If you think all 6 of these shows are terrible, that's totally fine. If you love all these shows, that's also completely fine. It's all about opinions, it's all subjective, and let's have fun with some lists and things like that. But yeah, let me know what your list would be, what you think of mine, and everything else related to all of that. Matthew at entertainmenttalk.org, Twitter eTalkUK, there's a contact page and information in your show notes. So get in touch, let me know what you think of my list, what would be your list, and or not even your list, what do you think is the best Netflix show, or some of the best Netflix shows. Let me know, and we can go from there. The one that I didn't include that's a really popular show is The Crown, and that is simply because I've never seen an episode, so I can't really call it a best Netflix show if I haven't seen it, so obviously that's the rule here. 2 of the other big Netflix shows, you've got House of Cards and Orange is the New Black. They've had good and bad seasons, both of those shows, but not enough to warrant putting either of them on this list. I think Orange is the New Black is probably the better show out of the 2. House of Cards was pretty good a lot of the time. But no, I just don't think that they're quite good enough to put on this list. But if they're on your list, or if they're the top 2 in your list, again, that's totally fine. So let me know what you think. In the meantime, you can find everything that we do on entertainmenttalk.org. So check out our other TV, video game, films, and Manchester United podcasts as well. If you like what you've heard today and you want to support it, you want to support what we're doing here on Entertainment Talk, you can check us out on Patreon, the $1, $3 level tiers for ad-free podcast and review options. Word of mouth and social media, you can simply tell people that you know about the content that we've got, either word of mouth or just social media, Facebook, Twitter, different Facebook groups, or whatever you use these days. Feel free to do all of that. That really helps us out, and it doesn't go unnoticed, so thanks for doing all of that. If you want your up-to-date reliable TV and film news, you can find all of that on geektown.co.uk. And if you want that in weekly podcast format, Geektown Radio, Tuesdays, search for Geektown. Just search for Geektown, you'll probably find all of what you need. But search for Geektown on podcast services for the Geektown Radio episodes. Over on Twitch, Beck streams daily over on Twitch. Tristabytes, Trista BYTES for games, chatter, screams, Saturday streams, and all sorts of fun stuff. Go and find Bex over on Twitch, Tristabytes, Trista BYTES. And you can find me on Twitch as well if you search for eTalkUK. Just streaming a bunch of different games, so just check me out over on there, and look out for the Let's Play Sunday episodes as well. Thanks for listening. Let me know your best let me know what you think of the best Netflix shows, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.